Okay, let's get started. So this is the course on business data mining, and our approach is, I'll put it this way, more algorithmic with orientation towards it. This is treated as a computer science course, though we do understand that some of you may not have a good background in programming, and we recognize that. And this essentially, our focus will be, of course, on solving the problems, and the problems that we solve will be analytic problems. So we will be looking at some specific approaches, and the way we will look at those approaches is what is the method, what is the algorithm for solving a specific analytic problem. So we will quickly look at the textbooks, and maybe I should ask a question. Is this do you think there are more people expected, or is it something like the previous session is not over? Or this is what okay, more people expected, that's what I hear. All right. Okay, and what we will do is that these are the, so let me unmute everyone, and let's see. Oh, okay, fine. So there is also some confusion with the timetable. So that explains one more reason why I'm unmuting everyone. Just for a few minutes. I'll mute you again. And you can hear some music. Okay. Now what I will do is that I will request one by one. You just give me a little bit of introduction of yourself. The specific thing I'm interested in knowing is that what is the type of work you do, and whether you have a background in either something related to software. It can be databases, it can be business intelligence, it can be software development, testing. So the idea is that we do have to learn hands-on, something we will learn hands-on, and then though our intent is to make everybody equally comfortable, but a knowledge of your backgrounds can be helpful. Mr. Mahesh, can you speak?
Hi, hi. Hello, could you hear me?
You can be a little louder.
Yeah, actually, I'm working in the field of data analytics, like for a Zoho report system product.
Where you are already working in analytics. Okay.
Yeah. Where we'll be extracting the data and making it to visualize in a reporting form, like either in our charts, and make a predictive analytics on the future data.
Okay.
Like for different business purposes.
Okay. Very good. So what do you use? You use some programming language?
Yeah, we will be working in Java, Java component, and for prediction algorithms, we'll be using Python.
Okay, good. Very good. So I'm muting you now. Next, I'm unmuting Mr. Jinesh. Mr. Jinesh Jain.
Hi, good morning. This is Jinesh. Basically, I'm from sales and marketing. I'm from Bangalore, working for Crompton Greaves.
Okay.
So this data mining, these concepts are pretty new for me. Actually, I have completed a degree in Bachelor of Computer Applications.
Okay, you have done computer applications. Okay.
Yes.
But data mining as a course you never faced. Okay, all right. But then, as you said, your regular work is really sales, right? Okay. Maybe you will have. I hope you are very comfortable with spreadsheets, right?
Yes.
And do you never did any programming even in C language or Java? Never did something.
No, sir.
But computer applications requires degree requires you to do some programming, right?
No. Basically, during my degrees, I have learned the languages C, C++, even Java, everything.
Oh,
But
okay.
right now in my corporate exposure, I am not using it.
Okay, fine. That's good. Okay. So you had some background, but you were working as a Okay, thank you. I'm muting you now.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. D, do you have a microphone? Okay, I'm not hearing anything from Mr. Dilli. So Mr. Hitesh. Okay, Mr. Balasundaram. Mr. Balasundaram, can you hear me? Okay, I'm muting you. Okay, Mr. Dilli, I don't hear anything from Mr. Dilli. Mr. Hitesh. Mr. Hitesh, do you have a microphone? Okay. Then Mr. Mahesh. Do you have a microphone? I unmuted you.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Actually, you have unmuted me already. I said I worked in a product called Soho Reports.
Oh, okay. So, what is your regular type of work? Is it analytics or something?
It's analytics itself, where we'll be extracting the data and we'll be making it for future predictive analytics of the data and visualizing it. I already spoke about this. Yeah, first unmuted.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm going in a wrong sequence, so I'm sorry. Just
no issues.
Okay, Miss Monica.
Yeah, good morning, sir. I'm also into data analytics. Right now,
you are into data mining. Okay. So, what is the tool or language that you use?
So primarily I'm using SAS, but now our organization has started using Big Data Hive and Python.
Can you repeat?
Primarily I was working on SAS.
SAP. Okay.
SAS. Statistical analysis.
SAS. Right. Okay, SAS. Okay.
But now our organization has started using the Hive and Python.
Oh, okay. Hive and Python. Okay, good. Okay. So I'm muting you now. Mr. Neeraj.
Good morning, sir. Yeah, good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
We are already using cloud technologies, AWS. So
you are using AWS? Okay.
Yes. So obviously, things such as data mining and analytics, we would be using it very soon. And we are collecting data from various Sony devices. So based on the data collected from the devices, doing such things.
So are you comfortable with some programming?
Yes, I am pretty much. I have done a lot of programming in C, C++, Java, and all those areas.
Great. Good. That's okay. So I'm muting you now. Mr. Funny.
Yeah, myself Funny. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it Miss Funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm into technical background where I work as a technical lead and somewhat like architecture related stuff. We migrated few of the old legacy to mainframes, and our next pipeline is to convert into AWS and other technologies. So in order to do that, we also need to analyze which technology is more useful in that area. I would like to grow as an architect. So this data science course, data mining would help me out to pick the correct technology to guide the team or to get the projects from the external systems.
That's funny. My question will be, have you hands-on done any programming?
Yeah, I work on mainframes.
Okay, mainframe. Okay.
And these days we also started working on web services.
Okay,
Where
sure.
we converting in mainframes to web services.
So next, I am seeing in the list Mr. Ravi.
Hi, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
So I work on the product development side. Actually, I have been working for currently 16 years now, developing various product. I'm on to software development side. So I work on different languages and different products. I work on Java-based, .NET-based, as well as C++-based products. So even I recently I started working on the mobile-based products, including APIs, web services, everything.
And okay, and some even though you must be for a long time, so you must have, at least in the past, you must have done something hands-on, right?
Yeah, even now I get into programming side. I do hands-on right now also.
That's very So you should have answered.
Thank you.
So next I have I see Mr. Ravi Prakash Singh. Mr. Ravi Prakash Singh, do you have a microphone? I don't hear anything from Mr. Ravi Prakash Singh. Mr. Saket already spoke, right? Mr. Saket, you already spoke, right?
No. Can you hear me, sir? Hello.
Mr. Sanjay?
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, so I work for Gartner, so we are into research and analytics. So basically, when I say research and analytics, it is more to do with data visualization and pure research. So the tools that I have been using is probably Excel and a bit of R as of now. So I have very less, no programming background as such.
Okay, but then with Gartner, if you are working with Gartner, and you must be, I think in Gartner they don't do development, they only do the research, right?
It is research plus consulting, so that's how it is. I'm into something called talent analytics. So we have got a product, so the followed by research. That's how it goes. And one more thing is, I'm just starting the career. I've got 2.5 to 3 years of experience. Maybe that is one of the reasons why I'm not into programming and all those stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Sanjay, I'm a little curious. You
Yes.
have been for 2.5 to 3 years all the time. You have been with Gartner, right?
Yes, yes.
So the point is that if I understand that and you are part of those symposiums that they conduct for the management about all the new technologies, right?
No, you are speaking about IT consulting. So this is one more branch of Gartner. It is called talent analytics. So we have got talent related products here. We deal with those products.
Okay. All right. Yes. So this is another group.
Yes.
Gartner is mainly known for those magic quadrants.
Correct,
right?
correct. That is
So
a bit different.
Okay, you are not working in those magic quadrant groups.
Yes,
so
no.
Okay. All right, but then still, what you are saying is that you are into analytics and you are into R, right? That's what.
Yes, correct.
Okay, that should be that should be comfortable for you.
Yes.
Do any hands-on work. Mr. Shashi Kumar, I am unmuting you. Yes, Mr. Shashi Kumar, please speak about yourself. Can you be louder?
I have around 11 years of experience.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I am into banking domain, wherein completely into kind of support
So we have a lot of data. So I'm interested in this because technology is moving towards machine learning and robotics. So I plan to study because this will help to change my path in those ways.
Okay. So you do some hands-on software development, right? Is it?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
It's not completely into development. Maybe customization, small requirements.
That is fine, but you had done in the past some programming kind of.
Correct.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'm muting you, Mr. Sasikumar. Now, Miss Shilpa.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm into banking, but in banking, risk data is what we deal with. So data visualization. So we do a bit of we do it on ClickView,
okay.
And we use SAS as well as SQL for the backend coding.
Okay. All right. Mr. Subhashish.
Good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good morning, sir. I'm Subhashish. I have total around 13 years of experience in SAP BI and Microsoft BI. I'm currently engaged with Capgemini Consulting into SAP BI domain as a capability lead for visualization. And what I have within the domain part of, I'm more inclined towards manufacturing optimization, and this course is going to help me a lot in terms of to understand the functional and all those things.
So, Mr. Subhashish, you are more like a consulting, or you are more like a developing? What type of role you take? Because you work with SAP BI and then Microsoft BI. Microsoft BI, do you get deeply involved in their SQL server, or do you simply provide them some consulting?
In Microsoft BI, I was deeply involved in the development, and it was initial phase when I was in a development kind of role. But currently, I'm more into consulting and of manufacturing as a portfolio. So BI as a SAP is a robust product in ERP. So they do have the content inbuilt, and I take care of the SAP Analytic Cloud on top of SAP Business Warehouse.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Vaibhav.
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Good morning. Myself, Vaibhav, I'm into sales basically from last 11 years. I'm sales professional. Right now, I'm working as a regional sales manager for United Technology. So predominantly, I'm working in a sales function only. From subject knowledge point of view, I have completed my MBA into IT systems. So that's why I have a subject knowledge of data mining or MIS, all those things. But hands-on experience as such, I have not. I'm not into any functional role for analytics or anything. But currently, I'm looking for means our company is using ClickSense, ClickView, and ClickSense for the data analytics, and I may get hands-on on that.
Okay.
That's all.
Then Mr. Venkatesh. Do you have a microphone?
Yeah. Hi. Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Yeah. I am having around 7+ years of experience in development background. I started my career as a data engineer in startup. Currently, I'm working in HCL Technologies, working for the client Cisco. Now I am cloud DevOps engineer. Also, I played some role with data in my previous experience, like Kafka as well as FDFS as well as the Spark streaming. These are my data experience in terms of data mining subject.
Okay, okay. And you have been given your technology background. You have also done some programming sometimes.
Yes, I worked 4 languages. First, I started as a Perl developer, then jumped into Python, PHP, as well as now working on Go language.
Okay, good. So I'm muting you, Mr. Vishwanathan. Do you have a microphone?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I have a finance background. Currently working on data quality into credit risk. In terms of analytics and software, I'm pretty new. Haven't done any programming yet.
Okay. Okay. Then, Mr. Vivek, do you have a microphone?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes. You can be a little louder.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, sir. And I work in a BPO, so I'm heading a process. I've got about 200 people whom I'm heading. I have no programming language. I don't use it in my day-to-day thing, but I'm self-taught in R, and I use spreadsheets extensively, so I know a bit of VBA. That's it.
Your voice is feeble.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
Yeah. So, do I repeat? Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So, like I mentioned, I work in a BPO. I'm heading a process. We have about, I've got about 200 people who work under me. And I don't use programming in my day-to-day, work place. But I'm self-taught in R, and I use spreadsheets extensively.
Okay, you're comfortable with Excel and R. Okay,
absolutely.
And I think there are several people who joined after we started the introductions. So what I request is that maybe in the TechSila page, if you post in the discussions a couple of sentences about you, that should be helpful about the type of work you do. It's like, see, the reason why I'm saying is because there is some hands-on learning that should happen. So it is not just that you learn the concepts but you get to apply to a small extent. That's what we will attempt to do. And we hope that should make the absorption easier. Okay, there are a couple of questions. Let me. One is Mr. Nagabhushanam is asking, is this a course? This is a data mining class. I think there is a confusion with the timetable. Okay, you want to say something? You want me to unmute you, Mr. Nagabhushanam? Okay, I'm unmuting you. Yes.
So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good morning. So my name is Nagabhushanam. I completed my, just I want to introduce myself.
Oh.
I completed my, I could understand now it is a data mining class. There was a big confusion. And completed my engineering and MBA. And I have 15 plus experience. Basically, I was a mechanical student, but in the past few years, I am working in the data management. So I am very good at Excel, macros, and SQL developer. But recently, my company introduced IBM Cognos as a tool for BI tool. So I am working for the past maybe 6 months on that. So this is a good time. I can study something and I practice and I can get your inputs. That would be the good thing, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So then Mr. Saket's question is that what is the language that we are going to use for the course? Okay, see, the demonstrations that I give will be mostly in the R language. But then when the assignment is given, you are given freedom to choose the language of your choice. And I do not think there are any other questions pending. So let's proceed further. So here are the books. There are two books that you are seeing. First thing is the T1. This is the main textbook that you will see in the handout. That Data Mining Concepts and Techniques, 2011 third edition by Jiavi Han and others. And there is an equally good book which is used in many of our courses, which is Introduction to Mining by Tan, Steenbeck, and Kumar. It's many people refer to it as a Kumar's book, but then okay, it's a multi the joint work of the Tan, Steenbeck, and Kumar. And both these books are more or less equally good, and both of them cover most of the topics at the same level. So if some of you have the book, this book, which is the Introduction to Data Mining, I think you may or may, it's up to you. If you can have both the books or at least one of these books. Okay. And so this is. So both of them cover most of these topics in the same way at the same level. So okay, Mr. Raghuram has a question. What is the version? Okay, it is like this. See, this one is presently with the Jiavi Han. What is in the market is the third edition 2011. With this Kumar and Tan, the right now in the market is a first edition, which is they have the second edition released, and it is right now is used in US, but in India we do not get the Indian, I mean student edition. So what you get is I think their edition, so which is expensive, but then this is in that sense this T1 you can get for 500-600 rupees, but this one will cost, as of today, the second edition will cost 3,000. But even the first edition should be good enough for what we cover. And the reference is desirable to have, but it is up to you. Okay. And there will be few more books that we refer as we go along, but then bulk of the content will come from these two books. Okay. And these two books are trying to cover the same topics, needless to say. Okay. So now let's have the introduction to the course. So essentially today we look at what are the analytic tasks that we are going to learn. And what it may be a good thing now we look at the handout. I do not know how many of you had a chance to go through the Taxila page for this course. So, but then let's go through it. I hope you are able to read the Word document. So here you are seeing the course objectives. So no need to, possibly you would have understood the purpose. Here are the books, and the course content will be that we will be spending some time on the introduction and analytic tools and applications. Maybe first two classes will go into that. Then we are going to going into the core of the subject. First, we will learn about how to do the data pre-processing. The real-world data may not be ready for doing the analytic tasks right away. Then we are going to look at data exploration and description. So how to understand. So even the data, it's fine if there are 3 numbers on your screen, you can get an idea about those numbers. But what about if you have million numbers? So we will look at some ways to explore the data and be able to describe the data. Then we will look at one of the popular storage mechanisms for the large scale data, which is data warehousing. And in recent times, people are talking about data lakes. but then data lakes is where you do very little work in organizing the data. Data warehouse is something where you organize your data very well. So we look at how to organize the data in the form of a data warehouse. Maybe so data lakes can be just a point of discussion, but then data warehouse is what we will spend a couple of hours to understand. And data warehouse is the basis for business intelligence. And we are going to study online analytic processing, what it is, and how do we obtain from data warehouse. Then we start looking at the major analytic tasks that we're going to study. First one is classification and prediction. Then we are going to study association, which is also referred to as market basket analysis. And then we are going to study clustering. And then we are going to study time series. So these are the 4 analytic tasks that are going to take bulk of our time. So we may be spending 60–70% of our time in these 4 analytic tasks: classification and prediction, then association, then clustering, then time series analysis. And finally, we will spend some time on some popular applications and see how they are making use of the analytic tasks that you have learned. So the examples that we have taken are recommendation, fraud detection, and sentiment analysis. And in these cases, we look at what are all the analytic tasks that are involved, how much of clustering has to be done, what is the type of classification has to be done, do we need to look at association, and if so, what is the type of the data to be used, so on. Okay. So this is the, we are going to do the experiential learning. The demonstration will be in R, but I will briefly introduce one tool, Backup, that's meant for people who are absolutely uncomfortable with programming. But R is also pretty easy to learn. So if you want to, I'm talking about people who have no programming experience, they may be able to apply themselves, learn R, and be able to do some tasks themselves. But then I'll give you a choice with, I don't want the programming skill to be the constraint on learning. So we have these 2 ways to do all these tasks. Then we are going to, this is the lecture sequence, approximate lecture sequence. So contact hours, we have every week 2 contact hours. So in some of the weeks we have 2 sessions. Each session consists of 2 hours. Okay. So many weeks have only 1 session consisting of 2 hours. So you can see that the number of hours that we approximately spend on the topics. You can see that classification and prediction we plan to spend long hours. Then again, association will spend considerable time. Clustering, time series, then okay. So and then we will announce the right now. I do not think in the handout got the right dates for quizzes and experiential learning, but we will announce that in a couple of weeks of time. So you will get to know when the quizzes and assignments will be. Okay. So I'm stopping to share this handout. Okay, so okay, as some of you have pointed out, my name is T.V. Rao. I'm an associate professor with the with Pilani, and I teach the courses in the area of this data-related areas, data science-related areas, data mining. I do teach the data warehousing. I do, and I also teach some subjects in the software engineering and software security areas, and some other basic. So that's largely I have been. So it's like I'm a computer science faculty, so I get to teach the subjects in those areas. Okay, and there is a question about is there a specific book for learning R? I think the open sources for learning are pretty good enough. That's what I would think. So there are books, but then those books are also, for example, I bought a book couple of 3 years back, I think, but I read it for a few months. Then I rarely look at the book. I don't even remember the name of the author now. So the point is, as the new libraries keep coming, so you want to run with them, but then there must be because right now I don't look at any book of the art. So in that sense, I may check up if there is something that any of my colleagues can suggest, which is recent and then good. But I think R is something which you can learn through public sources. All right, so now let's get started further. So let's define what is data mining. Now we can see that data mining can be understood in another way, that is, it's a knowledge discovery from data. And so clearly, then question of how do you define a knowledge, I don't want to go into the definition. I don't want to attempt. But then I can tell you something. So the knowledge is interesting to you if only and if it's non-trivial and it is not very obvious. If it is very obvious, then possibly you will say that okay, nothing needs to be done. It's I can see that. So it has to be something implicit, not very explicit. And you will also like if it is previously unknown. And you will also like if it is potentially useful, right? Seeing that some people are not muted. Okay. And the data mining, some people point out that it is a misnomer. Okay. Why is it misnomer? Because data mining, what you are going to do, you have a data and you are trying to extract knowledge. So when you are talking about the gold mining, what are you going to do? You're going to take a ton of rock and from there you will extract 1 gram of gold, right? So the 1 gram of gold represents the knowledge and ton of rock represents the raw data. So they say that it should be knowledge mining. So you call it as a gold mining when you can get gold from the rock. So when you are discovering knowledge from raw data, you should call it knowledge mining, not data mining. But I think it is simply not possible to change the name because this subject has been existing for several decades and almost all universities offer you at some level. So, all right, now alternate names and so data mining is something when there is some challenge. We don't want to call simple extraction, for example, I have 3 numbers, 4 numbers. What is the maximum? What is the minimum? What is the average? These are not data mining, right? So here is something. So this is trying to tell you with some examples what can be a data mining, what cannot be a data mining. All right. So simple set, simple query, simple arithmetic is not data mining. So you have a large volume of data and then you needed to make some some of those complex pre-processing and feature selection, and then apply some algorithm which is not trivial and get some result. So then you are likely to refer it as you have done some level of mining. Okay. Now the question is that when you have data, why did people recognize that they need to do data mining? So today it maybe look like a trivial question because you are virtually living in the age of data science, which is essentially a new way of talking about data mining. And so we are talking so widely about it, and then everywhere we are talking about how to find the patterns and how to be able to discover the knowledge, and how to gain the insights. So in that sense, if we look at little historical perspective, so we used to have, if we look at earlier, we used to have megabytes of data, and then we used to produce reports. So a report can be that a clerk can make a report where it shows all the customers and how much they have to pay, so he can follow up with them or charge the interest or whatever it is required. So it makes a report and works with that. Then they realize that there are something more that they need to do, which then they got into something which is business intelligence, or there are many words, MIS, and then there is a word about DSS. So what happened is that you have a large data. So now let us see there is a automobile manufacturer who is selling through 1,000 outlets their products. So now they want to see so the growth pattern. So now they are seeing that okay, I have 10 sales regions, and out of the 10 regions, 9 sales regions have reported a growth, and 1 sales region has reported a dip in the sales. So what can be the reason? So this is a management. So the CEO or CXO or CSO, whoever is in charge, is going to be concerned about. So that person wants to know, why is that out of 10 marketing zones, 9 are increasing the sales and 1 is not. The problem may be that there is some issue with the promotion there. It is possible that there is a problem with the servicing there. It is possible that the product is not suitable for that region, or it is possible that the regional head is unable to make the sales not as efficient as the other 9. So in any case, they want to find out and take the corrective action so that they'll be able to get better results. So now it is no longer simple reporting. So this is becoming a more of one of these categories: business intelligence, management information systems, decision support systems. These words have been used at different times for different contexts, and there are some differences in the way they are used, but broadly it is a structured data that is being represented in a way the senior management will be able to make the decisions. See, when you had, so possibly we had, now let's come into also the computer science little bit. So you are getting into gigabytes of data. Okay. And so the making the reports alone is not going to solve. See, the report is like what is the inventory we have, what is the sales that we make. It's more of a detailed report. So the detailed report still may be getting made, but for specific purposes. But then, but serious decisions have to be made based on higher level reports which are giving you competitive advantage. Now we move further. So now gigabytes of data is not a big deal. So we are talking about terabytes and petabytes. Okay. So now we are talking about terabytes and petabytes, and we are also referring to many times as a big data, which can be having lot of volume, lot of variety, lot of velocity, and several other attributes. Now the challenge is that, can I make a report out of it? So now let's say look at the same automobile company which has got 1,000 outlets and 10 marketing regions and so on. So now they also recognize that the internet, social media is buzz with talk about their products. People are talking about, when I use their product, this is the problem. When I did this, when I went for the service, this is the response. And when I wanted some upgrade, this is what they do, and this problem is always there. So now, can they ignore that data? And where is that data located? Can they control the data? They can't control the data. It's the customers. There are million customers. They are all talking in their own language and in their own words. But is it useful to them? Yes, of course. They want to be everything that they want to know, so that they can get some competitive advantage. So now the point is that this is a data with a huge variety. So somebody has posted it as a tweet, somebody has posted it as a review, and somebody has some research organization. There is a research organization on automobiles which is comparing and creating a large table saying that these are the 50 cars that are available, or 50 bikes that are available, and these are the comparative features, which is structured data, but it is done by a third party which you cannot control. So now you have such a large variety of large volume of data, and you still want to get benefit out of that data. So a regular report, a regular MIS report is not, or even business intelligence may not help you directly. So what you want to do is that you have to find more intuitive, more challenging methods of finding value, insight, knowledge out of the whole huge data that's available. So this is possibly the explanation for the last statement in the slide. So here I'm leaving this for a read by you. I think there is no need to explain, having explained to you why the data mining or these analytic techniques are catching up. Why are they becoming popular? So this is one more example. So at this point, let us take 2-minute break.